standing here today in front of the latest offering of public art in the Sacramento region. I understand it's the biggest outdoor mural in Sacramento County, and I have to say I've been watching the folks that go back and forth on the street and the people who pull in and out of the parking lot, and every one of them looks at it and there's emotion there. Some of them love it, some of them stop at point, some of it scowl and wave their arms, but nobody just kind of glances and keeps on walking. So I think, you know, from the stand back, is this art? Yeah, absolutely, this is art, and we're damn proud to have it here in Midtown. Now, this didn't happen just by itself or by accident. I'm Rob Kerth, I'm with the Executive Director of the Midtown Business Association. And one of the charges that my board has adopted and given to me is to keep Midtown interesting. And part of the way you do that is to have public art that, you know, makes the folks who see it feel something. Beyond just, you know, the pretty little pictures that we often see that in shopping malls that pass for art. We wanted something here that was much more visceral, down at a feeling level, done by local people that want to leave their mark on the world. And so here we have it. This is sponsored by several businesses in the Midtown area to try and create something that would be interesting, embrace a new art form that's been, I'll get into that later, but been quite a headache for us here in Midtown, and have some fun doing it. So we had a couple of artists, I think you can find in other presentations out here, to do this, John Berger and Dolan, and they didn't, I don't think, understood just how big this wall was when they got started and how much, what a nightmare it was going to be. So that's up to me now to fix the process. We want to do a lot more of these, and so I'll get that all streamlined down to let the artists do art and let the business people like me figure out all the other details of the stuff. Sometimes folks wonder, how did the idea get started or why? And for us then here in the Midtown Business Association, we're going to spend $70,000 painting out graffiti this year. That'll be something north of 8,000 tags that we're going to take off of the walls and the signs and the parking meters and you know, the windows, you name it. If it's a surface that doesn't move very often, it's got something stuck to it that we have to take down. Okay, and so this is a big deal to the MBA. You know, we're spending $70,000, and that's dear money to us. Something that we would much rather spend on, you know, public art, on picking up litter, on doing more community events. That's about, you know, we're going to spend about $100,000 a year on all the different events that go on in Midtown. So whether it's Midfest or parades or the car show or the holiday festival, that's kind of the number. And so we're spending just a little bit less than that taking down graffiti. So we had a few meetings, you know, we got hold of some of the guys that are doing the tagging and said, you know, what's up here? And so what sprung from it is, well, you know, I would gladly spend $50,000 on a party if, you know, for them, if they make sure we didn't have any graffiti, but we realized that wasn't going to work out. And so the solution to that was, well, we can never make it go away. You know, when they dug out Pompeii, they found graffiti on the walls there. But we can find a way to welcome it and encourage the parts that are helpful to the community, and in the process probably reduce the amount that has to be removed. And a lot of that's through education. I don't think people realize by putting up a sticker, they're spending $10 to get that sticker removed. And so got together some artists and said, all right, here's the wall, have at it. This is the first of many for us. Some of them will be like this one, a structured piece of art that, you know, I'd love to still be on this wall 100 years from now. And many of the walls will be free walls where folks can just show up and paint, self-policing. We'll whitewash it once a month and let them have at it. The answer to, you know, if you think about it structurally, the guys doing the tagging, they're loosely organized, but they are organized. They know who each other are. They have websites. They talk back and forth. They're terribly energetic. as obvious, you know, if I'm taking down 8,000 tags just in this 170 block area, I mean, they're busy and energetic, and they're creative. There's some great stuff going on there. You know, you see interesting things being done. It's just not in the right spot is the problem with. So, you know, I'm not so old that I don't remember this. You've got a creative, organized, energetic group, and the answer from the establishment is go away and probably go to hell, among other things. And that is absolutely the wrong answer. And so the mission that we're on here, the message is, you know, let's not say go away. Let's say, hey, can we incorporate you into this system so that everybody can enjoy it and we don't have to take it down, and you get the chance to express yourself. So now when you're 18, some things you just gotta say, and we're saying shut up. And that's the wrong answer. We probably got a $50,000 piece of art here. And I apologize to the artists. I hope they don't feel ripped off. It's the best we can do this first time. As time goes on, we'll figure out how to do better. My attachment to graffiti art, aerosol art I guess we call it now, started in the early 1990s in North Sac. We were getting tagged in North Sac pretty regularly, and we said, well, let's just invite people in, we'll have some more fun, and maybe they'll leave us alone for a while. So we set up plywood up and down Del Paso Boulevard standing on edge, and we bought a whole bunch of cans of paint, just kind of set them there and put the word out that people were welcome on a second Saturday to come do art. You know, the merchants just about ran me off. They thought that was you know, inviting the demonic horde to come in and ruin North Sac. So sure enough, the day shows up and people kind of come out and they're looking around like, you know, is this a trick? Am I going to get arrested as soon as I touch the can of paint? The joke was at the time it wasn't so much graffiti art as it was a vandal roundup. We were just trying to get them all in one place so we could throw them on a bus and, you know, drive it into the lake. But anyway, that isn't what happened. They showed up. We got some great art, a big crowd assembled, people were doing things all over the place, there was stuff going on. And the one thing, I mean the vignette, the best story from the night was this one guy who took a whole sheet, set it sideways, you know, drew this terribly sad painting. And then just as he was finishing, quite a crowd of people surrounding him while he was doing it, and just as he finished, he did a few simple things with a little lighter colors, just a little touch here, a little touch there, and it made it still terribly sad, but somehow hopeful. And so there's this guy standing there in a three-piece suit, you know, he's at least 20 years out of date in his fashion, and he looked at the thing, it's still wet, he whips out his checkbook, he gives the guy that just finished painting it a check for $2,000. He loads this piece of plywood on the roof of his Mercedes and drives home. And to this day, it is hanging in his doctor's office. He's a cancer doctor. And he wanted people to understand that sadness and hope were part of their experience. And so, this is not something to get out the whitewash, but it is something we need to figure out how to embrace and enjoy and have a hell of a lot of fun doing. So with that, thanks, and come to Midtown. This is the creative center of our region. It gets better every day.